Good morning. Welcome to Sojourner Vision. This is Russell. It's Saturday morning. We're here in the gym for an active rest day. So today's active rest day is the typical Saturday morning ab burner, and we are going to hit 50-second intervals again on the ab burner. The ab burner is 15 core exercises, or 15 ab basically exercises. And the original routine is 15 1-minute exercises, so basically a 15-minute routine. And a few months ago, I started doing it and I reduced the time down so I can make it manageable for myself to 30 seconds. And I've been incrementing or increasing the time to get to a minute. Now, I used to be able to do a minute on these, and I kind of laid off of it for about a year and then went back to it and had to start back over on it. So that's just the way it is. And once we hit 45 seconds, I think it doesn't really matter if it's 45 seconds or a minute. I think the intensity is different, but I don't think it's gonna get any easier from here on to a minute. So I got one more week of 50 seconds intervals, and next week I'll hit 55 and we'll go from there and get back to a minute and just start doing it at a minute. So I think even when I was doing it for a minute, and it never was, there were a few of the moves that just weren't never easy, like the lower lift and the knee circles and the 100. Those were always, the 100 I always had a hard time getting a full minute without like some intense work. I mean, it was always a hard work for me. So, and you know, that's what it is. It's a workout. It's not supposed to be easy. So that's not what I'm looking for. I'm just looking to move into back to the 1 minute. And, when I started up a few months ago, there's no way I could have done a minute to start with. Every one of them I'd have had to stop before the minute was up. So I just made it manageable. So anyway, we're gonna hit this ab burner, then we'll go out on a jog and we'll come back and chat. So let's do it. Let's get some longevity training in so we can meet age with grace. Let's do it, folks. Let's hit it. Saturday's done. We got our active rest day in the books. So the ab burner at 50 seconds, I think that definitely is the last 50-second ab burner. We're moving to 55 next week. I did every move as controlled as possible. I didn't like rush through it. So sometimes I feel rushed, and instead in between moves, I just slowly moved from one move to the next, meaning I didn't like rest between, but just enough to get a good grip on the next move. And honestly, I think that worked pretty good because I got a good workout out of every move and good intensity out of that. Probably the hardest one were the lower lift and the hundreds. The knee circles I could manage. I managed those. They're at the beginning, so I think they're getting easier, so that's a good thing. That means 55 seconds is what we need. So the 100, yeah, holding your legs up in the air for that long and engaging those hip flexors and your abs, that's a 55 seconds, or 50 seconds is, for me, is a long time for that. So anyway, we'll hit 55 seconds next week, see what that does for it. And then the lower lift, can't remember how many lifts I got, 18 or 19. I didn't hit 20. I kind of got to 10 and thought, well, I'll shoot for 20. And I got to 15 and thought, I'm not gonna make 20. And I think it started dinging at 17 or so, and I got 18. I don't know if I got 19 or not. I think I got 18 right after the ding, but I did go all the way through the end, so that's a good thing. And then we went on a jog and hit 10:57 per mile. So I set out to jog a little slower, and actually the first mile I was 11:30. So I was like, oh, okay, so that definitely was slower. So I didn't intentionally pick up the pace, but I just let myself organically, set a pace. And at the end, I did push it and lengthen my stride a little bit. And that's what pushed it under 11 probably, because I was probably 11:05, 11:04 before that. At the 2 mile mark, I think I was 11, I don't remember if it was 11:08 or 11:03. Anyway, somewhere in there. But anyway, in that last half mile, I picked up 15 seconds or so. Or 10 seconds, I mean. So 10:57. Pretty happy with that. I'm not a runner. Never had been my whole life. And honestly, I can feel the benefit from doing it, from a respiratory and cardiovascular perspective. And also, I just think that, I was talking to my son about it yesterday. I wonder, he was mentioning, I've got this layer from having lost so much weight. I've got a 1/4 inch to 3/8 of an inch, a layer of fat underneath like a lot of this loose skin. And my son was like, well, you probably don't get a lot of blood flow there. It's probably not able to carry any of that away, use it for energy. But since I've been running, I've been noticing maybe that's been getting a little small. And I wonder if, I don't know, all the shaking around or the running, because your heart's beating a lot more, you're getting a lot more cardiovascular work if it's getting more blood flow through those areas. So, and it able to find energy there because, I'm on keto. And so my body's looking for fat to burn. And it'll find it there, that's for sure. So anyway, that's good enough. Let's get on in, get this Saturday rolling, and get on the road for the weekend. So let's do it. We'll be back out Monday. Next week, we're taking a break, and then we're starting another incremental phase, but the next incremental phase is different. We're not increasing the volume by increasing reps. We're gonna do 4 sets of 8 for 6 weeks, and each week we're gonna add a given number of pounds depending on what lift it is. So obviously shoulders, I don't know, we'll see what happens there. But like bench, maybe we'll add 5 pounds, use the 2.5 pounders and add 5 pounds each week and see how that does. I know I got good volume and felt like I got strength increase from the reps. So let's see what happens with the weight and if that is any different. So never done this before. My son and I were talking about it last night, and I think that's what we're gonna do. So anyway, we'll let you guys go. I'm long-winded here. You guys have a great weekend. Take care. We'll see you on Monday for our week 0, cycle 3 of 2026. Take care, see ya, be safe, get some longevity training in so you can meet age with grace. Take care, see ya.